All right, Shalom. We are the brothers from the Great Millstone Orlando camp. I'm the brother Nahoya,
I'm the brother Rakoya.
and we want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rukakudash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who are the elders of Yasher Allah, and a sincere salutation to all you Akim, who are preaching this word and believing this word, and to the Akwath, who are believing this word in all truth and in sincerity. All right, you got it up.
Kind. And tonight, me and Akim want to go into an open forum, going into my where this.
So yeah, you breaking up.
Kind. I'm
you breaking
right back. I'll be right back.
Kind. So I take over from here. So real quick, the brother found this article, and through the spirit, we're gonna go into an open forum on this article and the theme of this article, which is the four archetypes of the mature masculine, the king, which are basically like characteristics through the spirit of how a king should conduct himself. All right, in this world. All right, and particularly in the spirit of Yahweh Shai. All right, so we want to take a look at this article and we want to glean some things from this article through the spirit that applies to this walk. All right, as a matter of fact, before I open up this article, I want to grab a precept really quick. All right, and this is, and I'll put it in the chat. This is Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 8. All right, so Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 8, and it reads, "For he saith, not my princes, altogether kings." All right, and through the spirit, we are being groomed, all right, for dominion. Contrary to popular belief, through the spirit, we've been raised in a society that has taught you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that you are less than. All right, and the Lord intentionally did that, alluding to the curses, where the Lord said that servants would be rulers over us. All right, we would be considered still princes, but we would have servants having rulership and dominion over us. All right, and through the spirit, we are coming out of that mindset. All right, so that mindset that we had of being servants has been changed through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai Shai by this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. All right, part of being sons of God, all right, is to assume the characteristics of our Father. All right, and the law, statutes, and commandments are our schoolmaster to lead us to that path of rulership and dominion. All right, so I want to grab this as well before we begin to read it. All right, this is Lamentations chapter 5 and verse 7. And it reads, "Our fathers have sinned and are not, and we have borne their iniquities." All right, Lamentations 5 and 8 reads, "Servants have ruled over us, and there is none that deliver us out of their hand." All right, so when we read these scriptures, all right, with understanding, all right, through the spirit, we have an understanding that the Lord is raising us and grooming us to have a higher elevated standard of how we understand the world, and ultimately to be joint heirs with Hamashiach, not just for the thrills of access, all right, not just to have access and to enjoy the resources of the world, but to judge and discern in righteousness, all right, as joint heirs with Hamashiach. And a part of that means that we have to adopt qualities, all right, of rulership, of ruling class, having a ruling class mentality. And Lord willing, we'll be able to go into that definition as well, all right, that can contribute to the understanding and the spiritual things that we're going to grab from this article. All right, Rakaya, did you want to add any input to it?
I just had a precept before we go into it. This is First Peter's chapter 2 and verse 9. It reads, "But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye may shew forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into this marvelous light." And when you go into what the word holy means, it means a separate. All right, that word peculiar, when you go into it in Second Peter's, the First Peter's the second chapter, All right. It is in the Greek. You play the audio. If you can hear it, hold on. I think you can hear it now. Ice. All right. And it reads, before, more exceeding, far more exceeding, forth, among, to intend that, one mind, into, unto, toward, towards, for, among. All right. So we are a nation that is for and amongst the Heavenly Father. All right. We're a peculiar people. All right. A set apart people, that we may shew forth the praises of Him who have called us out of the darkness into His marvelous light. And a part of that calling is adapting a certain mindset, a certain kingly mindset, which comes through transforming our minds, through renewing of the transforming of our minds. All right. Like it says in Romans, the 12th chapter. But you got it out.
So real quick, this is the Greek word for royal. All right. In this 1 Peter 2:9. And Strong's definition says G935, kingly in nature. All right, royal. All right, and we are unlearning the things that we've learned in Babylon. All right, and a lot of that is limitation. All right, scarcity. These are words that are used to describe a mindset of a homeborn slave or a servant. All right, the Lord is calling us out of that low estate. All right, the scriptures say that the rich sit in low estate. We have this treasure in earthen vessels. All right, now it's not just to hold, but it is to apply so that that light can be seen through you, through your characteristics. All right, that's why Peter is saying that we are a royal generation, which goes into being kingly in nature. All right, in this day and age, our people are more consumed with the image of kingly, not actually being kingly in nature, but being kingly in appearance. All right, and that's exactly what the Lord does not want. All right, the scriptures tell us not to judge according to the appearance, but to judge righteous judgment. All right, when you understand where we are and the agenda that the Heavenly Father has for us as a nation of people, the Lord said, "Whom He loveth, He chasteneth." All right, and we're being chastened for not for any not for a random reason, but it's for a purpose. All right, the Lord is refining us for dominion. If you can receive that, all right, this is not a doom and gloom story, so to speak. All right, the Lord is doing this for a purpose and for a reason, and for that reason, all right, we are going through this process, all right, of learning how to be kings and royal, all right, according to the righteousness of the Heavenly Father, not of the rudiments of this world. All right, and this is the process by which we attain that quality on the inside man, the inner man, as opposed to the outward appearance, which is what most of our people are focused on. You got it up.
Right. Hey, so we can hop into the article, if you don't got nothing else.
Con. So I'll read the article. And if you just want to chime in, you can just stop me wherever the spirit moves you, because I know that your connection may be breaking up a little bit. So if you get to a point where you want me to stop, just let me know.
All right, Tom.
All right. And again, this is Art of Manliness. And you know what? I'll put this in the chat for those who future reference would like to look into it. All right.
Hey,
So it says a four.
Hey, before we start, let me get this precept too.
Go on.
This is Job chapter 40 and verse 7. It reads, "Gird up thy loins now like a man. I will demand of thee, and declare thou unto me." And right now the Lord is raising up the true masculine men. All right. Contrary to popular belief, an alpha or masculine man isn't one who has a lot of money or who flaunts his rulership through money. He's not a man that flaunts his power through how many women he can get or how many assets that he can acquire. a true man is one inwardly, like the brother was going into a little bit earlier. All right, a true man is one inwardly first, and that's what the Lord is raising up. The kings, he's raising up his kings first inwardly, through the Spirit. But you got it, bro.
Hey, and if I could say this real quick, that's a beautiful point because the things that we've learned here, Esau has done it intentionally to destroy you. All right, and that's why our people seek validation from things that, particularly the Negro, Latino, and Native American men. Scriptures say that in order to spoil a man's house, you must first bind the strong man. All right, and how has Esau binded the strong men of our nation? Through the rudiments of this world, by telling the men of our nation that you're not a king unless you shop at Gucci. All right, by telling you you're not a king unless you've turned or you've conquered abundance of women. All right. These are the things that we've learned through movies, through television, all right, through music, all right, violence against each other for a senseless violence as a point to prove courage. All right, all of these things are the rudiments of this world that have taught Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans a false sense of of kingship, all right, of what makes a king and most importantly, what makes a man. All right, we've learned these things in this society, and these things have destroyed us as a nation of people. All right, that's why the Lord said, "Be not conformed to this world." All right, because what comes with this world, the ideas and the ideas of what makes you a man or what makes you royal, and all of it deals with vanity. All right, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes. All right, and then the Lord is calling us out of that, and that's why the brother brought it out beautifully, Job 40:7. Gird up thy loins now like a man. I will demand of thee and declare thou unto me. All right. And this is of the spiritual sort to stand in great boldness concerning your integrity, concerning what is righteous. All right. Not in just senseless violence and just senseless acts to prove yourself to people. All right. This is about standing up for what is right and correct through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai. And this is what it is to gird up your loins like a man. All right. And a part of that is to endure the chastening of the Lord. However that may come, you have to endure it, understanding that the Lord has your best interests at heart. You got it up.
Yeah, you made a beautiful point too. I want to get this too. This is Matthew 11:29. It says, "Take my yoke upon you and learn of me." All right, and right now we're in the process of unlearning everything that we've learned in Babylon. Everything that we've learned that a man was or a king was. We're in the process of unlearning those things. And a part of this process is learning of Yahushua. All right, the true king. All right, learning his mannerism, his characteristics, the way he thought, the way he conducted himself. All right, because he was the true embodiment of what it means to be a king. And so right now we're going through these chastisements and we're going through these learning curves, our learning of Yahushai, in order to be groomed up as lesser kings under Yahushai, and his dominion.
Hey, and that starts from the inside first. All right. In order for you to, especially concerning Yahweh Shemel Shai, all right, the Lord does nothing in error. All right. And he requires a particular standard. All right. If the Lord wanted unruly children to have dominion, he would just keep Esau in rulership. All right. The Lord is preparing us for a greater dominion under Yahweh Shai as lesser kings, as the brother brought out beautifully. All right. But every brick is unique and important in their role. All right. You have to imagine, and it's something that we've been so far removed from that we can't even really in these bodies and in this captivity. It's hard to imagine the abundance of a rulership, having resources and abundance and being in charge of resources and abundance and millions and thousands of people's lives. All right. That's something that we are far removed from because of our disobedience, ultimately. That's why the Lord said he has seen servants on horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. All right. The Lord did that as a punishment so that he could break us down and then build us back up correctly, beginning with the remnant, those who will adopt or not even adopt, those who will be elected to take the straight gate. All right. What comes with the straight gate is a refining period. All right. We are becoming royal on the inside first, where it really matters. All right. It's not about having the appearance of a king. If the inside is not right, it doesn't matter. All right. And that's what the Lord is doing. He's chastening us to remove all of those impurities that we've learned here. And part of those impurities is the vanity of this life, man. All right. The validation of a man's confidence by possessions. All right. And that is an Achilles heel for the majority of the men of our nation. All right. Whether it's women, all right, whether it's faking it till you make it, or whether it's working yourself to death to appear that you have it, instead of confessing within your spirit that you are not in your rest. All right. And until you do that, you can't have any rest through the spirit. All right. And that's what the Lord is teaching us. One of my favorite movies is The Man in the Iron Mask, because it shows you the evil twin. All right. And it shows you an evil prince and the good prince. All right. And the evil prince, what happened with the evil prince is that he had to learn. All right. Well, he was replaced by the good one. But during that time, the good one was being trained up to fill that position. Right now, the Lord is preparing us for rulership. All right. You wanted to say something, Mark, before we step into the article?
God, and those who are going to be chosen for the up and coming rulership are going to be chosen out of the fire of affliction. All right, this is Isaiah 48 and verse 10. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. All right, and the next kings to be are going to be chosen out of this furnace of affliction. All right, out of these great tribulations, out of these great trials and obstacles. All right, the Lord is going to choose his elect men. You know, he's going to pull his elect men out of that furnace of affliction. You know, but you got it. Shalom, Mak Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatah.
Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatah.
Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatah. So I'm going to start reading this article. It says the four archetypes, the mature, masculine, and the king. All right, and it says, I'll start here. All right, it says the king archetype is the most important of the four mature masculine archetypes. Just as a good king in mythological stories is often something of a Renaissance man, a good warrior, magician, and lover, the king archetype incorporates the other.
If I may say this, could you look up what a Renaissance man is? I'll read it off my phone, but if you could put it on the screen. All right, because what the Lord is doing right now is he's raising up Renaissance men. All right. This is the definition of a Renaissance man. It says a person with many talents or areas of knowledge. All right. And right now the Lord is training up his elect in the way of wisdom. All right. He's training us up to have many talents. All right. To have wisdom, to have experience, and to know how to govern and to conduct ourselves amongst the nations and amongst our people. All right. The Lord is raising up Renaissance men right now. You know, I just thought that was an interesting point when I was reading this article earlier today or earlier yesterday.
All right, yeah. So here it is on the screen. It says a person with many talents or areas of knowledge. All right, and that should spark your mind to go to the parable of the talents. All right, you know, Yahweh Shai gave us all talents, which are measures. All right, to serve. All right, with this word first and foremost. All right, though. What does it say in Galatians, the 4th chapter? We're servants, though we be heirs. All right, we're servants until the time appointed. All right, and we've been given talents or different measures. All right, to push forth the gospel. All right, as we learn and rehearse the righteous acts of what the Lord requires us to have in us. All right, as characteristics, as etiquette, as judges. All right, this is bigger than just having women and land. All right, the Lord is calling and appointing a divine, righteous rulership. All right, and that's of the utmost importance. That's what this chastisement is going into. All right, so I'm gonna go back to the article real quick. All right, so it says a man who accesses the king archetype in its fullness will also have access to warrior. All right, it says magician and lover archetypes, but we're not dealing with that. And it says for this reason, the king archetype is typically the last of the mature masculine archetypes. to power up in a man's life. In this way, it is truly the crown of the other archetypes, the energy that gives a man a sense of his full God-like potential. All right. Now the scriptures say that ye are gods. All right, but what? But we shall die like men. All right, because we fell off. All right, we fell from our grace. But now the Lord is giving us the opportunity to come back through the Spirit, man. All right, and that is a part of the character building, if you will. All right. Now it says here, the characteristics of the king in his fullness, he is centered. Throughout history, culture have often placed the king at the center of the universe. From him radiated all of existence. And what should come to mind is Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right. Yahweh Shem Yahushai is the center of all of this. All right. When in Genesis, when it says we shall make man in our image, in our likeness. All right. When it says the Lord made us in his image, an image of his own eternity. What is a part of that image? It's that dominion, it's rulership. All right. And we are learning, we're rehearsing the righteous acts. And those rehearsals, all right, are raising up men of dominion. Lord willing, we're a part of that number.
Hey, I got a quick one.
Con.
This is 1 John 3:2. It says, Beloved, now are we the sons of God, and it doth not appear what we shall be. But we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. All right. And Yahweh Shai is the center of our universe. Yahweh Shem Yahushai is the center of our universe. And we desire to be like him at the end of the day. So we go through these chastisements and we take on the yoke of Yahweh Shem Yahushai in order to fulfill that lot, you know.
Hey, real quick, this is Psalms chapter 82 and verse 1. And it reads, a psalm of Asaph. Yahweh Shem Yahushai standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judgeth among the gods. All right. Jumping down to verse 6, it reads, I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, but ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. Arise, O power, judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations. All right. And Israel under Yahweh Shai are going to be the tool in which the Lord inherits all these nations and puts all of these nations in an organized fashion. All right. Adam Nana, Shalom, brother. Yahweh Shem Shai Barakatham got Acts 14 and 27. And the reason when they were come and had gathered the church together, they rehearsed all that God, Yahweh Shem Shai, had done with them and how he had opened the door of faith unto the Gentiles. Why? Because we were all in that Gentile state of mind. All right. We all thought like servants. All right. We all moved like servants of the heathens. All right. We didn't think with the standard of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. All right. We have forsook the heritage. And now this light, now we have this treasure in these earthen vessels to apply to our life. All right. But Lord willing, through the Spirit, to also preach this gospel for those who are like-minded, man. You had another precept up?
No, that was it.
Con, so I'm going to continue at the article. All right, it says, in addition to serving as the geographic center of his realm, the ancient king also represented its spiritual center as well. He was the intermediary between heaven and earth. And who is that? That is Hamashiach. All right, it says, through his divine powers, the king brought order to the universe by reconciling opposite forces. All right. It says myths abound of kings battling evil demonic creatures and establishing order and chaos. Now, the nations, the idols, the gods of the nations are idols. All right. But the Lord, all right, who is going to send Shiloh, all right, is a very true and alive king, man. All right. And he is going to ultimately fill all of these qualities and then some. All right. It says that he's the center. All right. He's represented. It says the ancient king also represented its spiritual center as well. All right. And that reminds me. See if I can bring it up here.
1 Timothy 2 and 5.
No, this is real quick. Hebrews 6. Let me see if I can copy and paste it. So this is Hebrews chapter 6. And I'll start at verse 17. And it reads, wherein Yahweh Shema Shai, willing more abundantly to show unto the heirs of promise the immutability of his counsel, confirmed it by an oath. All right, matter of fact, let me start up. All right, let's start at Hebrews 6 and 13. And it reads, for when Yahweh Shema Shai made promise to Abraham, because he could swear by no greater, he sware by himself, saying, surely blessing I will bless thee, and multiplying I will multiply thee. And so after he had patiently endured, he obtained the promise. For men verily swear by the greater, and an oath for confirmation is to them an end of all strife. Wherein Yahweh Shema Shai, willing more abundantly to show unto the heirs of promise the immutability of his counsel, confirmed it by an oath. Because really all of the words that we have are the words of the king, all right, which is Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, the scriptures, the Lord said, with stammering lips and another tongue, he will speak to us again. All right, us being lesser gods, all right, lesser kings than Yahweh Shai. All right, the sons, the firstborn of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, we have been given the word of the king, and only a remnant of the sons of Yahweh Shema Shai can actually receive that word on this side. All right, Lord willing, we're a part of that number. All right, now continuing, it says, verse 18, that by two immutable things in which it was impossible for Yahweh Shema Shai to lie, we might have a strong consolation, who have fled for refuge to lay hold upon the hope set before us, which hope we have as an anchor of the soul. Khan.
I wanted to touch on that word immutability, all right, because we was going into how the king is the centerpiece. And this is the definition for immutability of the etymology online. It says, not the etymology online, but off the blue letter. It reads, not transposed, not to be transferred, fixed, unalterable. All right. And this word is the centerpiece, is unalterable. All right. The counsel of the Lord has withstood the test of time. All right. And the counsel of the Lord will stand forever. All right. Let me get that in Proverbs real quick. This is Psalms 33 and 11. It says, the counsel of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, standeth forever, the thoughts of his heart to all generations. All right, letting you know furthermore that the counsel of the Lord is immutable. All right, it's fixed. It's going to stand forever. All right, this is the centerpiece of really the nation of Israel. All right, the counsel of the Lord. This is our centerpiece, and it comes from our king.
And real quick, this is Exodus chapter 19 and verse 6. And it reads, and ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and an holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. And it reminds me of the past couple weeks ago when the brothers were doing lessons on the refining process. All right. And that short clip of that woman who said that the silver refiner said that he knew that the silver was properly refined when he could see his image in the silver. Now, the Lord is taking us through this whole system, this whole process, apartments, jobs, bills, broken relationships. All of these things are in an essence to remove the impurities from us. And it may not seem like that in the very moment. All right. Just like when your father used to chastise you as a child. All right. It didn't feel good, but you understood why when you got older. All right. And through the spirit, as we grow in this truth, we understand that there's a reason for the chastisement of Yahweh Shema Shai, man, that the Lord is grooming us for dominion. Lord willing, we're part of that number. And this is something that you should be excited about. All right. These are the things that the Lord has thought not robbery to give us, man. All right. We could have still been in the world chasing fiat currency, but the Lord has called us to a higher council. Lord willing, we are part of that number. All right. So I'm going to go back to this article real quick. All right. So let's continue.
Hey,
Con.
If I could say real quick too, you know, and that is a great point, man. This is very exciting, man. You know, because the Lord has given us the centerpiece to the world, man. All right, He's given us the counsel to the world, man. You know, and He's raising us up right now to be those kings, those priests, and those rulers in the world to come. You know, and that's coming through these different chastisements. And like it says in Romans the 8th chapter, that let me get it. I'm not going to quote it. This is Romans chapter 8. In verse 18, it says, "For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us." All right, and these present things that we're going through right now, like the brother said, jobs, apartments, the vexation of this life, it's not to be reckoned with what the Lord has stored up for His elect, man. All right, that rulership, that dominion. All right, like the brother was going into earlier, this is far past having a bunch of women. This is far past just beating on slaves all day. This is we speaking about ruling the earth. More than the earth, we're speaking about ruling the universe. And with ruling the universe, that comes with a certain estate, man. You know, you have to be in a certain mind state, you know, and that's what the Lord is allowing us to adopt right now through these different trials and tribulations, man. All right, this grooming process is beautiful through the Spirit, although right now it doesn't seem like it. You know, no chastening for the present time seemeth to be joyous, you know, but like it says in Ecclesiastes, the 2nd chapter, all right, take these things cheerfully. All right, because why? The glory that is set up for those who endure these chastenings, who endure these tribulations, is far above anything that we can reckon, man. You know, but you got it out.
Con, real quick, I want to grab one of the scriptures that you mentioned, and that's Ecclesiastes, the 2nd chapter, and I want to grab the 4th verse. All right, and it says, "Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate." Right now, we are in a low estate, but the scriptures tell us to be patient, all right, as we are changed into a low estate. All right, and a part of that patience is to endure the chastening of the Lord. All right, to grab all the spiritual things that you can from this experience, understanding the purpose. All right, the Lord said that we don't run as uncertainly. All right, if you knew that a crown was laid up for you, what manner of persons ought ye to be, man? All right, so
Hey,
I'm gonna grab this. What you say?
I got a quick precept.
Yeah, Con, you got it.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 9. I mean, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna get two out if you don't mind. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 9 and verse 25. "And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible." All right. And when you go into that word temperate, all right, in 1 Corinthians, the 9th chapter. Hey, I just got a second win, bro. Hey, call all y'all about Shimmy outside. I just got a second win, bro. Speaking about these things, man, is exciting, man. It's exciting, man. What's better than this, man? What can you
Nothing.
possibly be doing better than this, man?
Nothing.
This is the counsel of the Lord, man. The immutable counsel of the Lord, man. This is what we're supposed to be doing. This is why we was born in the earth, man. Bro, this word is priceless. This truth is priceless, man. And what the Lord has given us right now is an opportunity to rule, man. An opportunity to dwell amongst Him, man. We're being given an opportunity to dwell amongst Yahushai, man. The King of Kings, the Lords of Lords, man. The definition of temperate from 2 Corinthians 9, and it's like, hold on, it jumped on me. right, this is definition temperate. It says to be self-controlled, to be confident, to exhibit self-government. And what does the word government mean? Mind control. All right, to exhibit self, you have to have a solid mind on you. You have to be able to control your mind, control your spirit. Hey, I'm gonna get another one, like it says in Proverbs. All right. He that have no rule over his spirit. This is Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 32. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city, man. All right. To have a strong rule over your mind is better than he that taketh the city, man. Because if you're able to rule your mind, you're able to rule your body. You're able to rule your spirit, man. And having spiritual control is something that the majority of this earth doesn't have the ability to do. And the Lord has given us the tools to do that through this comforter, man, through the scriptures. All right, he's given us the ability to tame our flesh to the point and where we can bring it under subjection to the point and where we can serve the Lord to the best of our ability, you know, and put away the lust of this flesh right now. All right, so it says to be self-controlled, confident, to exhibit self-government, conduct oneself temperately. All right. And
Hey, real quick. So that word, that first word is continent. So it says to be self-controlled, continent.
oh, Slakia.
Now you got it. Let me just get the Google definition real quick. So for continent, it goes into let's see. All right, it says continent, connected with the control of your feelings, especially your desire to have sex.
And that desire to have sex is going into these other women, man, these other philosophies, you know, spiritually. Being able to control your will, your desire to mix and mingle with these different women out here, man. You know, be undefiled like the scriptures speak about.
Yeah, real quick, because if I can say this, one thing that the Lord is definitely showing us is how important self-control is. All right, we see how Esau's rulership is, and he's an example of what happens when your desire is as hell and is as death, and you cannot be satisfied when there is no end to your lust. All right, so the Lord is setting us up, Lord willing, we're part of that number for a rulership that looks completely different. All right, and that's why the Lord is testing our ability to have patience, to suffer. All right, to resist temptation. A beautiful precept from Adam and Nah. This is Proverbs 25 and 28. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. All right, and if we are
Sluggy. I just said, bro, just read that.
No, I read the other one.
Oh, you read Proverbs 16.
Oh, okay. Sluggy.
So Proverbs 25 and 28. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. All right, in the scriptures, Yahushua mentions, if you have the ability to rule over this, all right, I'll give you the ability to rule over cities. All right, roughly paraphrasing. All right, but we first have to learn how to control our own spirits before we are given the ability, Lord willing, we're part of that number, to have dominion over cities. All right, and that's the reason the Lord said that He has made we shall reign on the earth, like it says in Revelation, the 5th chapter. But before that can happen, we have to suffer like Yahushua did. We have to put on the same mind of Hamashiach and suffer for righteousness' sake, to be chastised and refined. All right. This is Revelations 5 and 10. And it reads and has made, let me start at 9. And they sung a new song saying, Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof. for thou wast slain and hast redeemed us to Yahweh Shai by thy blood out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation, and has made us unto our power kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. All right, because again, as joint heirs with Hamashiach, that comes with dominion. All right, we read Revelation, the 2nd chapter. The Lord said, what? He would give you power over the nations. All right, and the Greek word for reign is basileo or basilo, and it says to be king, to exercise kingly power, to reign, of the governor of a province, of the rule of Hamashiach, of the reign of the Hamashiachium and the millennium. Metaphor to exercise the highest influence, to control. But before you can control anything, we are being taught to control our own spirits. All right. The law is our schoolmaster. All right. And through that rehearsal of those righteous acts and the application of wisdom, we grow, Lord willing, to be more spiritual and less carnal.
Hey, if I may say this, we're also learning how to control the talents that the Lord divvied out to each one of us. You know, like the parable goes in Luke the 19th chapter. Before we can rule over those however many cities, we got to first divvy out these talents. We got to multiply upon these talents that the Lord has given us, and that takes self-control. That takes a discipline. You know, that takes self-government, being able to check yourself. You know, and follow the order.
Hey, so real quick, this is Jeremiah 23:5 from Adam Nanah. It says, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh Shemel Shai, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. All right. And we know that this is Yahweh Shai. All right. This is the one that's been prepared. All right. Until Shiloh come, like it says in Genesis, the 49th chapter. All right. He is the extremely perfect example of how we ought to be, both in the lowest state, and we're about to see him in his highest state, in glorified estate. All right, but these things have been left as a record for us to rehearse the righteous acts, to be groomed, to be in the image of Hamashiach. All right. So real quick, it says this: when a man is living the king archetype in its fullness, he feels at the same centering power within himself. Not that he believes the world revolves around him, rather that his confidence, purpose, and well-being gives him a supreme sense of balance. When the world around him becomes chaotic, he remains cool, calm, and collected. And what that reminds me of Isaiah, the 33rd chapter. All right, what wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of your times. All right, continue what it says. He acts rather than reacts. He's the rock in crisis. All right, and our rock is Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right, and through that rock, all right, that is our stability. That is how we stay centered. It says a man fully engaged with positive king energy is complete. You got it.
It is, and that's what this whole ministry is grooming us to do. It's grooming us to center our lives around our rock, around Yahweh Shai, to be rooted and grounded and build it upon that solid foundation. All right. We understand, you know, taking the meat from the bones in this article. All right. Our center is Yahweh Shai. Our rock is Yahweh Shai. And we're being centered around his universe. So that's what the ministry is teaching us to do right now. And is grooming us to do right now, is to be centered around him. All right. And that's what we're being groomed into.
And if I could say this through the spirit, the reason I love watching medieval movies is because it shows you the ordering of a kingdom. That's something we've been far removed from through these jobs, bagging groceries and delivering food. and paying bills, we've been far removed from our ancient estate. All right. And now we're relearning that process. All right. There's going to be many different positions that are going to need to be filled with righteous rulership. All right. And through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, that's the preparation of the kingdom. That is a part of the excitement that we enjoy through the spirit, being able to, Lord willing, be first partakers of that, watching that transition from disorder to order under Yahweh Shai, man. All right. Real quick. This is Hebrews chapter 1 and 3. It reads, who being the brightness of his glory and the express image of his person, and upholding all things by the word of his power, when he had by himself purged our sins, sat down on the right hand of the majesty on high. And that's powerful too, because before Yahweh Shai could have dominion, he had to serve. All right. He served at the right hand of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. And now he's entered into his glory in the heavens. And then we're waiting for that to translate into the earth, man. All right. The same way we're going through the same path. We have to learn that we have to perfect being servants before we're able to go into any glory. You got it up.
May get this. This is John 13 and 16. Verily, verily, I say unto you, the servant is not greater, neither he that is sent greater than he that sent him. All right. We're not greater than our Lord. All right. The same things that Yahweh Shai went through to receive his glory are the same things that we have to go through the spirit to receive ours. When we're counted that number. All right. We have to go through those same things, man, those same tribulations, you know.
Real quick, I'll continue. It says, a man fully engaged with positive king energy is completely present as a man. All right, and that reminds me of Matthew the 6th chapter. Take no thought for thy life. All right. Matter of fact, let's get that. Because before these articles came out, the Lord had gave us the blueprint already. All right. We just hearing what the Lord told us in different ways. And that's a lot of the things that we see in this life. It's just the words of Yahweh Shema Shai given to us in different ways with all this bones and GMOs and additives. But when you strip it down, it all goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and the words of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, so let's go to Matthew 6. I'm going to jump down to verse 25. And it reads, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than raiment, and the body, is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment? Behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much better than they? All right, let me jump down to the point. Verse 33 reads, no, you know what? Let me start at 31. Therefore, take no thought, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or wherewithal shall we be clothed? For after all these things do the Gentiles seek. For your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of all these things. And that goes into that scarcity mindset. All right. Not trusting that the heavenly Father is powerful enough to give you your daily bread, to give you the things that you need. You're distrusting of your own Father. And those are the things that the Gentiles do. They worry about those things, the things of this world, the mortal thoughts, as it says in Second Esdras. All right. Continuing, it says, for after all these things do the Gentiles seek, for your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of all these things. But seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh Shema Shai and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Take therefore no thought for the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. And that links right up with this article saying that a man fully engaged with positive king energy is completely present as a man. Because of his position at the center of things, he can survey everything that is going on. And that's what the Lord has done. He's brought us into the center. He's brought us at a point where we can see everything that's going on according to prophecy. so we can actually soak it all in. It says,
And
and then you got it, brother.
that's a part of why we're calm and we're stable in these days, is because we know what's happening. We know what's going on through the spirit. We know why there's wars and rumors of wars. We know why the pestilence is going on. We know why there's uproars of the people. We know what and why the MOTB is coming out. We know these things. We have the answers to them. And when you have the answers to something, you're not frantic when that problem or when that problem arises. You're able to calmly assess the situation and then act accordingly. And that's what the Lord has given us the ability to do through the Spirit. All right, assess these different situations that's going on upon the earth and act accordingly. All right, the Lord has given us the bird's eye view to what's going on in the planet right now.
Oh, it says this overarching perspective allows him to remain immovable in the face of the passing and superficial. So we're centered through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shabbat, his knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And that center keeps us immovable. So while people are getting frightened by the things that they see in the heavens, by what they see on CNN and Fox News, these things excite us because we understand through the spirit of prophecy where we are in the timeline of the true king's agenda.
Hey, read that again up. Well, read up, go up a little bit where you was at.
Where
you had started reading that about a few seconds ago.
This overarching perspective allows him to remain immovable in the face of the passing and superficial.
Go up some more. Go back like a couple lines. About watching, about being a sinner and watching.
It says, because of his position at the center of things,
right.
He can survey everything that is going on.
Right.
Soak it all in.
Right.
And then take a broad view of things.
Right. This is Ephesians 5:15. See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. I just want to make that point about circumspectly. Being able to, that I saw, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, and being circumspect is being aware of your surroundings, man.
Right.
Being aware of what's going on around you, and how that translates today is paying attention to prophecy, measuring the times diligently, like it says in 2 Esdras, the 9th chapter.
Right.
All right, we're supposed to be measuring the times diligently and staying circumspect in what's going on. We're supposed to be of those children of the day, like it says in 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter, and not of those who sleep and are in darkness. All right.
Like to what we were saying last week about the vision, man. The vision. Circle meaning around and spec mean to watch.
And that's a very important staple, man, to have, especially in the days that we're living in. Because if you're not circumspect, you're gonna fall by these little wiles of the devil that's coming out, man. Because Esau is getting trickier and trickier, man. The wiles of the devil is getting more and more decisive on this earth, man. And if you're not circumspect, you're gonna fall. All right, like when the Lord was skimming off the men during the time of Gideon, all right, to the 300. And when he brought him to the river, and he said, those men who lap up the water, I believe it was the men that lapped up the water, they had to go home. All right, roughly paraphrasing, because they weren't circumspect. They weren't paying attention to the surroundings about them.
Right. This is Isaiah 62:6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, the watchmen that have the vision. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, keep not silent, and give him no rest till he established, until he made Jerusalem a praise in the earth. So it's the watching, man. This is 1 Thessalonians 5:5. It reads, ye are all children of the light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us, who are of the day, be sober, put on the breastplate of faith and love, and for the helmet, the hope of salvation. So it's about watching the surroundings. That's a cold article, man.
Hey, if I could get this quick precept back of what you just said, this is Proverbs 29 and 18, because the argument said that the watchmen have the vision. All right, and if the watchmen don't proclaim that vision, then the people perish. This is Proverbs 29 and 18. Where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keepeth the law, happy is he. All right, and for generations, man, our people have gone without a vision. But now here in these latter days, the Lord has restored that vision through way of his servants, the prophets. All right, he's revealed his secrets unto his servants and prophets, pursuant to Amos, the 3rd chapter. All right, and that vision has been restored into our nation. And now, instead of perishing, the Lord has given us the opportunity, all right, to flourish, all right, the opportunity to have good success and prosper, you know.
Hey, real quick. In the ancient world, when they had battles, if you didn't pay attention when the general let you know how the battle was gonna go, when we were gonna turn, when we needed these men to be in this place. Sometimes they did the signal through flags. If you watch the movie Alexander, they'll show you that. Sometimes they used horns to signal certain things that change during the course of a battle. If your friends needed help on the left flank and we had to strengthen that side, they would signal that through a horn. But if you're not circumspect, if you're not checking out what's going on the battlefield, then you're of no help to yourself nor everybody around you. And this is why the Lord has given us the blueprint. The Lord's let us know his whole battle agenda in general. We don't know the small, minute details of everything, but we know the general plan that the Lord has. And the prophecies is like the Lord sounding the alarm for what's about to take place. When we see the MOTB, we know we in the final countdown. You got it up.
Final countdown.
Hey, and that's the beautiful thing about how what the Lord has done here in these latter days. It says the Lord has set up us, the apostles, last, and the Lord has set up his watchmen last and given them different lots, different things to watch for, so that one watchman isn't overstrained. Everybody has a chance to watch. Right now, it's a couple of live streams going on right now, going into many different topics. All right, the Lord has his watchmen covering many different topics on the battlefield right now, so that each and every one of his people is fully debriefed on the situation that's going on in the earth right now.
And if you spiritual, you'd understand that certain lessons come out for you. Certain lessons is particularly Lord giving you as a young king your lesson for this week. And some brother, the Lord put the spirit on him to make that lesson for you to hear it, for it to move you in a certain direction. Because really the Lord says, and I love to bring this precept out, Isaiah 10 and 8, for he saith, are not my princes altogether kings? All right. It's a lot of us, Lord willing, we're part of that number. But at the same time, the Lord is watching and paying attention to every single one of the soldiers in the battle. All right. We're all being groomed and tailor-made according to our strengths and our weaknesses. All right. And the Lord, these qualities that this article is showing us is something that the Lord has already told us. He already told us to adopt this. We're just rehearsing the righteous acts until Hamashiach arrives to set things in order. So we don't have to rehearse no more. We can actually do this in live action.
Hey, and I wanted to say this too, real quick, since you said that. Hey, it's important to know, man, that this is a rehearsal at the end of the day, and rehearsals get repetitive. All right, so don't get discouraged when you see brothers bringing out the same scriptures or the same topics. All right, you getting bored. No, that's for a reason. Like the brother said, if you look at it with a spiritual eye, the Lord is trying to reinforce something within your spirit. So take that as repetition. Repetition is the father of skill. All right, and the Lord is trying to reinforce something in your spirit. So take that as a correction. Take that as reproof. All right, the scriptures are very repetitive. All right, the book doesn't change from Genesis to Revelations. It's repetitive, man. All right, the same message throughout the whole book. All right, the same consistent message. The Lord is repetitive. He told the nation of Israel certain things over and over and over, man. Why? Because we're a hard-hearted nation. So don't get discouraged because you may, brother, bringing out this same precept. Brother, bring out the same lesson, the same old breakdown, the same milk, man, same this, same that. Look, it's gonna be the same until Yahweh shall return, and give us access to those new things. But right now, the only thing that we need that pertains unto salvation are these repetitive things, man. All right, these
Hey,
things be repetitive.
Con, rehearsal, man. You said rehearse your righteous acts of the Lord. And that's going over the same things over and over and over, man. This is Habakkuk 2:1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon a tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am approved. And the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables that he may run that readeth it. And the only one that can read this is the hopeful elect. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. It's about the vision, man. It's about the eyesore, watching the signs. Prophecy.
Hey, that's Karate Kid. Wax on,
Right,
wax off.
right.
Wax
Same
on,
over,
wax off.
over and over, man.
Wax on, wax off. And then the Lord may throw a different kind of problem that you ain't seen before or you ain't used to.
Right,
And if you've
right.
been waxing on and waxing off like you're supposed to, then you're going to know which lesson or which tool to pull out your toolbox to handle it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. But that's why these things are repetitive. That's the only way we really learn. You don't learn you don't go to the gun range once and not John Wick. You don't go to one boxing class and not you Muhammad Ali. You know, these things are learned through repetitive actions. How much more so the image and being rehearsed in the image of Yahweh Shema Shai, to be groomed into the image of rulership. We're not talking about shooting guns and boxing and playing video games. We're talking about something extremely important. The Lord is about to put the world into the hands of the nation of Israel under Yahweh Shai. That's not small. That's not something that you learn one time and now you got it. That's why we strive for the mastery. And those who strive for those corruptible crowns, they don't just go to practice one day.
Right.
And now they LeBron James. No, they have to work. They have to work out. They have to eat a certain way. They have to tailor their life to a certain way of living so that they can get the most out of their life to apply it to whatever crown they're trying to get. We're trying to get an incorruptible crown. That means our life has to be tailored to that. And a lot of people aren't going to understand that. The scriptures tell us most people are not going to understand that. Only your brethren that are side by side with you in this war can really understand what you actually have to go through and the sacrifices that you have to make to be a part of this council. But that's just like anything in the world. More importantly, the Council of Kings. You think Putin and them, you think they got time to hit the club every week? You think they ain't got time for that, man. They getting together and they talking about how they gonna get on top. That's the counsel we're having through the spirit. But the Lord has already told us about the victory. We ain't got to plan this out. We just got to endure it. The crown has already been presented. The Lord's so cold, he said, just hold on to your crown. He ain't said, if you endure, I'm going to give it to you. He just said, hold on to it. That's how cold the Lord is. He wrote the check for all of the crowns that he elect. They just got to hold on to it. You got it out.
This is Judges 5:11. It reads, they that are delivered from the noise of the archers in the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, Yahweh Bashmi Abishah, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates. So we're rehearsing the righteous acts of the Lord in the places of drawing waters, man. And to back that up, this is Joshua 9:21. It reads, and the princes said unto them, let them live, but let them be heroes of wood and drawers of water unto all the congregation as the princes has promised them. So in the places of drawing waters, well, Babylon the Great, and throughout the four corners of the earth where Israelites are scattered at, hey, they are rehearsing the righteous acts of the Lord, man. And starting the apostles of Great Millstone, our spiritual fathers, that's why you got these Jakes that's following suit secretly, man. like WL5. Brothers was rehearsing the righteous acts of the Lord on the Day of Atonement throughout the four corners of the earth. What great millstone is spread at, man. And everybody is watching, seeing what's going on, man. Being circumspect, watching the surroundings.
Hey, see, most Council of Kings is done in private. This one is in public.
Right.
This Council of the Kings is extremely public. It's all over the internet. It's all over the streets. It's everywhere. But wisdom is too high for a fool. So the private meeting is in public, and only those who have special ears and eyes can receive it and grab hold of it and take heed of it. And this is what the Lord is doing. That's why the Lord said, don't be conformed to this world, man. Because this world ain't taught us nothing but how to be good slaves or how to be destructive and murder each other and destroy each other. The Lord is conforming us to a new image, and that image is of his likeness, not of the likeness of the things that we've learned in this world, man. You got it up.
This is Acts 2:21. It reads, and it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord, Yahweh Shema shall be saved. Ye men of Israel, hear these words, Yahweh of Nazareth, a man approved of power among you by miracles and wonders and signs, which power did by him in the midst of you, as ye yourselves also know. We was there to see the miracles, man, the wonders and the signs. This is about watching, man. Keeping watch for the miracles, the wonders, and the signs, man. There's nothing new under the sun.
Yeah, that's the king's voice. Scriptures say that his sheep heareth his voice. And this is how cold it is. Again, Acts 2:22. Ye men of Israel, hear the words, Yahweh of Nazareth, a man approved of Yahweh Shemal Shai among you by miracles and wonders and signs, which
Right.
Yahweh Shemal Shai did by him in the midst of you, as ye yourselves also know. And I want to say this too, for you to even know this truth, that's a miracle, that's a wonder, and that's a sign. For you to have the spirit to grab this word and to run as you readeth it, that's a miracle and a wonder and a sign. And
Right.
Lord willing, we endure to the end. That means you have a great chance, a beautiful chance of being a part of the tabernacle of David. There's going to come a time where it's not just going to be words. There's going to be a building with men in it who are not playing any games, who are discussing how the world should be ran. That's dead serious. Right now, it's just words on paper, and we speak it and we think about it, but it's going to manifest on the planet. The Lord is clearing the way for it to manifest. That's what we're being prepared for rulership, for dominion. You know, when you was young and it was the day before Christmas or one of them so-called holidays, that excitement you got when you thought you was about to get something you really wanted.
Right.
We really want this thing, man.
Oh, bike in the
We
Nintendo.
really want the kingdom. Every time we see, you thinking about how you gonna play the game. You can't even sleep that night.
Yeah,
Cause you just like you got the butterflies in your stomach. Cause you just like, man, I wonder what's in this. I wonder.
Yeah,
That's how we think about the kingdom. Adawan Ratazah, we are part of that. How Yahweh shall look, how his garment gonna move. I wonder what he gonna do with the Moabites. How he man, that's how we think through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemal Shai, and that can only happen through the miracle and wonder and sign, which is the truth of Yahweh Shemal Shai, and our ability to receive it, man. To be amongst kings, to see Yahweh Shai give orders, man. Adawan Ratazah. Just think about that. That's cold, man. You got it up.
Just another. This is Habakkuk 1:5. Behold, ye among the heathen, and regard. Regard mean to watch, man. Watch your surroundings. Look what's going on. Habakkuk 1:5. Behold, ye among the heathen, and regard, and wonder marvelously. For I will work a work in your days, which ye would not believe, though it be told to you. So you got to regard, hey, watch, man, to be circumspect at the wonders and signs and miracles, man, which is happening. Yeah, it's a beautiful time. Oh, let me get this. Got to read this. Matthew 13:16. It reads, blessed, blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. Cold, man. Cold.
It say regard. It say regard and wonder marvelously.
Right.
Because our people can't even imagine us being in dominion. Our people can't imagine us having neighborhoods where we don't even see each other for miles. Our people can't imagine having servants. Our people can't imagine having garments that are pure fabrics.
Right.
Our people can't imagine not having to work, not having to worry about your kids. These are things that our people cannot even imagine in this life. These are the simple things that kings of the heathens have access to. And our people can't even imagine themselves not having to work a 9 to 5. And the Lord is saying, look, regard and wonder marvelously. Esau's going into captivity. It may be hard to imagine for most of our people, but it's going to play out. And it says again, behold ye among the heathen, and regard and wonder marvelously. For I will work a work in your days, which ye will not believe, though it be told you. The world can't imagine the Messiah, Hamashiach Yahushua, and his kingdom being full of Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and not so-called white people.
Right.
They can't imagine that. But it's gonna happen. You got it up.
And a part of that that work that's being worked in our days is just tearing down of this stronghold through the word, man.
Right.
You know, by each video that's put out, by each lesson that's done, by each street preaching, a piece of this kingdom crumbles, man. And we can see it. This world, this kingdom, this empire is done with, and it's all coming out from the words of the Lord's prophets, man. The prophets have revealed the secrets of Babylon, man. They revealed the secrets of the scriptures. Everybody's in the know now, and with everybody in the know, now people are starting to buck up. Now this kingdom is starting to crumble. They have no more foundation, man. You know, the Lord has destroyed this wicked foundation through the words of truth, man. And this is this marvelous work that's being worked in our days, man. All right, the Lord is not prolonging his word anymore, like it says in Ezekiel, the 12th chapter. All right, the Lord is doing it in our generation. All right, these things are going to happen in our generation. Lord willing, we're around to see these things, man. You know?
Hey, going back to what Nahal just said, they can't, what they looking for is the wrong sign, man. They're looking for some different vision. This is Matthew 16:4. A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign. What sign? The wrong sign, man. The Lord say in Isaiah 13:1, Isaiah 13:2, lift you up a banner, right? What's this banner? The miracle signs and wonders that the Lord is raising up his men standing in great boldness, man. It say Matthew 16:4, a wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas, and he left them and departed. Meaning what, man? The sign of Yahweh Shema Shah is the messengers, man. That these people don't believe these are the true messengers of the Heavenly Father Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah. They don't believe it, man. They looking for them that come in soft raiment, that be in king's houses, that's in these harlot houses, these wacky pastors, man, with these suits and ties on. They got the soft raiment on. So they're looking for the wrong sign, man. And that's gonna cause them to lose their life grievously.
Hey, if I may say this, you know, one of the underlying roots of why people don't are looking for all these different signs is because they lost hope. You know, which is why I was watching the brother lesson earlier today. We need a hero, man. You know, our nation needs a hero. We've been void of a hero for too long, man. All right, our people have lost hope in everything. That's why you gotta show niggas nowadays what it is. You gotta show them. If the Lord said that, show me. He gotta come down here and tell me himself. That's
Right.
attitude our people have, man.
Right.
You gotta show me personally. I have a personal relationship with God. He gotta talk to me personally, you know. That's the sign that they're looking for. They're looking for the Lord to actually come down in flesh and, hey, look, get right. repent. They're looking for tangible signs when the signs are spiritual, man. The signs, are the prophecies that's going on around the earth.
It is. This is Isaiah 30 and verse 8. It reads, "Now go, write it before them in a table, and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever, that this is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of the Lord Yahweh, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. Get ye out of the way, turn aside out of the path called the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Wherefore thus said the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and trust in oppression." Our people is blind with Stockholm syndrome, man. It's and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay their own. Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in the high wall, whose breaking coming suddenly at an instance. So Jake is blindsided with Stockholm syndrome, man. Their what is called their parental vision, and their nearsighted, their farsighted is full of Stockholm syndrome, man. For real. They trust in oppression, man.
Hey,
They
what's
trust. You got it.
the thing that they put on them horses where they can't see
Yeah,
to the
from the
left or the right?
Corinthians. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what they
That's
call, but yeah,
that's
to
our
block their
people.
parental vision. Yeah,
Exactly. You got it up.
right. That's that tunnel vision, man. To see straight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's cold. That's cold, like, huh? Verse 14 say, "And he shall break it as the breaking of the potter's vessel that is broken in pieces. He shall not spare, so that there shall not be found in the bursting of it a sure to take fire from the earth, or to take water wither out of the pit." Meaning 2/3 of Israel just got to be totally consumed. Vile figs that could not be eaten, man. They got mold on them and they rusted, and they just got to be done away with, man. Like you can't even put this, you can't even just throw them in the trash. They got to be burnt up, man. Like just burnt, man. Thermonuclear burnt, man.
And if I'm this, as the days go by, we see the need for this, man, because Jay is completely gone. Man. They without reform, and they cannot be reformed. You can't
Right,
get past these hard-headed jakes, man. It's
right.
nothing nothing. Now the Lord is showing us it's nothing that we can do outside of the Lord's power, man. That's why the
Uh,
scriptures is going to stand all the time. The immutable counsel of the Lord is going to stand all the time. He said that they will be blinded and until the cities be wasted, according to Isaiah the 6th chapter, and that's exactly what's going to happen, man. These
right.
jakes are gone, man.
Look, this is Isaiah 30 and 15. "For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh power, the Holy One of Israel, in returning and rest shall be saved, in rest ye shall be saved, in quietness and in confidence shall be your strength, and ye would not."
Hey,
That's cold.
the Lord making this cookie cutter simple. It said ye would not.
Man,
Jake don't want to rest the way the Lord want them to rest. They want to rest
right,
over here, and that's
right,
like sleeping on a stone. That's
right.
like using a stone for a pillow. Ain't no rest over here, man.
Yeah, that's cold, bro. Wow.
So the
Con,
Lord saying, look, you are beyond rehabilitation. We ain't just no regular nation of people. The Lord raised our nation up to be kings and priests. And you gonna follow through with your assignment or you gonna get fired, literally. The
right.
Lord ain't playing no games. And it reminds me of a part of the article that we were just reading. And the part of the article said this. Jump down to it. It said one of the characteristics of a king. Let me see. Let me see. Let me go back to it. So one of the characteristics of a king was this: decisive. So the Lord done decided that 2/3 of our people ain't gonna make it, and we had to catch up because we heard what the Lord said, and then when you first come in the truth, you get this soft heart. You try to tell all your people about the Lord, and then you realize very quickly why 2/3, why the Lord made this decision, why the Lord was decisive concerning 2/3 of our people. The Lord said He declared the end from the beginning. So before this was even mapped out, the Lord already knew how this was going to play out. And we just watching how a king does it for real. We just classes in session, and us as sons of God, all right, Lord willing, we're part of that number, are learning from the big G. You want to say something about?
No, pull that word decisive.
Con, I got you. It is right here. It says settling an issue, producing a definite result. Woo!
Pull up the similar words. What it say?
Similar words: deciding, conclusive, determining, final, settling, key, pivotal, resolute, firm, strong-minded.
I got a precept. Oh man, this is 1 Timothy 4:1. It reads, 1 Timothy 4:1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter time some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with an hot iron. Meaning you can't change their mind, man. Decisive, man. That's cold.
And the Lord's definite result is that 2/3 are going to be destroyed because they don't want to follow the king's orders.
Man,
Simple.
cold.
Like the Lord said that He dealeth with us as with sons. The entire nation. The Lord don't want just 4 kings or just a sprinkle of the nation of Israel to be righteous. He want the whole nation to be a nation of kings and priests. That means that even us down to our little life in these apartments, in these little places that we live and we survive, the Lord is teaching us lessons on how to have integrity, which is one of the subjects of this article as well, is have integrity. That's what the Lord is teaching us. Can you be a king without the robe, without the crown, without the concubines, without the palace? Can you exercise kingly values now in your low estate? Can you be rich in your low estate? Because that's difficult. That's why Jake say you ain't nothing if you ain't got money. Because Jake don't feel like a king without the accessories. They gotta, unless Jake got the right outfit and the right whip, Jake don't feel like a king. And the Lord is trying to turn us into kings from the inside out as opposed to the outside in. You got to.
Hey, because when you look at the full spectrum of it, that's what really matters. You know, one of the movies I like a lot, man, is The King. It shows you that if you're not a king inwardly, if it's not already in you, then you won't succeed in that role. You know, a lot of when you look throughout ancient history, a lot of the kings that lasted for a long time is because they had that rulership mentality within them. It was brought up in them from when they was a child. You know, the brother has a movie on the screen right now. You know, that's the movie I'm talking about. All right, but in this movie, his brother he has a brother, a younger brother, and in the movie he starts off as a drunk. You know, he's not, you know, assuming his father's still in rulership, but he's dying, and it's between him and his brother to take over the king position when his father dies. And once his father dies, his little brother, he's unruly, you know, he's indecisive, he's a little bit wet behind the ears, you know, and he ends up dying in battle. And this guy that you see on the screen, he takes over the kingdom, and he starts ruling, and he exemplifies all the characteristics that we're talking about right now. And it's ultimately because it was in him to begin with. You know, certain things have to be. Hey, that's why what is the elders apostles always call this ministry. You know, we're being educated. These things are being brought out of us. You know, these things have to be in you. You know, they have to be brought out of you, and they have to be trained. You have to rehearse these things. You know, you have to rehearse these different characteristics, and that's what we're being trained and groomed to do right now.
I have to watch this movie again, man. That movie was good, man.
Yeah, that movie was fire.
Yeah.
So let me continue with this part real quick on the article. It says he is decisive. So again, this article, matter of fact, let me put this article in the chat one more time for any brother who want to read along. Or so continuing real quick, it says he is decisive. It says the king, the executive of the other archetypes, and as such is charged with making decisions. Now, the Lord has given us the blueprint on how we make decisions. That's the law, statutes, and commandments. It's foolproof. You don't know what to do? The Lord gave us the word. He gave us the standard. This is how you make your decisions. And this is how we're being rehearsed in how the Lord wants us to conduct ourselves.
Hey, through the Spirit, the decisions have already been made. We just got to follow the blueprint. You know, the Lord said, keep your eyes singular. You know, the decisions have already been made for us. Right. This is what you should do in this time. This is what you shouldn't. And just follow that blueprint.
Right. Come on.
So it says his ability to be decisive is rooted in two things. First, who he is and what he stands for. The king's core values are centered on firm and unchanging principles.
Integrity.
So when a crisis comes, he does not waver because he has already determined the course he will take. Secondly, the king seasons his decisions with experience. His experiences provide him with practical wisdom, knowledge of how to do the right thing at the right time for the right reasons. And this is why we have certain situations we go through in this life. All right. Because the Lord is building up our experience. Yes, a small trial, it's a small tribulation in certain situations, but it's building principles. It's building that experience that you're going to need for heavier situations that we're coming into. So yeah, it might be an uncertain bill, or it might be a thorn in the side, or it might be a unexpected flat tire. It might be anything of that nature. But what it is building is experience and wisdom. And that wisdom and experience is going to be needed in the times that we're coming into.
Hey, it said to not waver, right?
God.
This is Hebrews 13:9. Be not carried about with diverse and strange doctrines, for it is a good thing that the heart be established with grace, not with meats which have not profited them that have been occupied therein, not wavering, as also in James 1. Let me get that. This is James chapter 1. Hey, that's a beautiful article, man. Fire. This is James 1 in verse 4. It say, but let patience have a perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, one nothing. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of power that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed. Hey, established, man. Oh, let me get this. This is Colossians 2:6, and it reads, as ye have therefore received Hamashiach Yahushua the Lord, so walk ye in him, rooted and built up in him, and established in the faith, as ye have been taught, abounding therein with thanksgiving. That's cold, man. Not wavering. That's the standard, man. Integrity, man. Order. You got it up.
And that's what we need to be decisive here in these latter days, man. The reason why a lot of, you know, the reason for indecisiveness is being doubted. You know, you doubtful. You know, you don't have experience in what you're dealing with. You know, so you don't know what you don't know what the what answer to provide. You know, but through the Spirit, the Lord is putting us through these trials in order to gain that experience, so that when we're faced with these different trial or these different obstacles, we have an answer. You know,
Right.
we're able to be decisive.
Ephesians 6, man, put on the whole armor of the Lord. And I was just finna get to Ephesians 4 and 14. The brother put it up, occupy.com. Ephesians 4 and 14, that we henceforth be no more children tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness whereby they lie in wait to deceive. That's why Ephesians 6, we got to put on the whole armor of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, that we may be able to stand and having done all to stand, man, against the wiles, the trickery of the devil and his darts, man. Right? His cunning arts, right? And his darts, man. Being established and rooted and built up, man.
Right, because what we're establishing ourselves in is unchanging principle. You know, the Lord said He changes not, pursuant in the book of Malachi, the 3rd chapter. All right, in Hebrews, I forget what chapter it is in Hebrews. I think it's 13 as well. But the Lord is unchanging, man. His counsel is unchanging, and we're rooting ourselves and building ourselves upon His immutable counsel, or His unchangeable counsel.
Yeah, that's what I was just reading. You talking about what I was just reading Hebrew 13
Con,
about being tossed.
con.
Yeah, I just read that. Beautiful, man. Yeah, that's a fire article, man. This is back in Colossians 2. It says Colossians 2 and 8. It said, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophers and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Mashiach. For in him dwelleth all the fullness of the Godhead bodily, and ye are complete in him, which is the head of all principality and power, which is in Ephesians 6, man.
Yep.
They put on the whole armor of the Lord that we may be able to stand against, the wiles of the devil. It say, because we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against the powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, spiritual wickedness in high places. So right here say Colossians 2 and 10, and ye are complete in him, Yahweh Shema Shai, which is the head of all principality and power. It's cold, man. It's cold. It's cold. So we have nothing to fear, man. As it says in 2 Timothy 1 and 7, man. The Lord didn't give the spirit of fear, but of power and a sound mind and of love, man.
And so, real quick, the second part of the article says he lives with integrity. So, again, the article is the 4 archetypes of the mature masculine, the king. All right. And the Lord is teaching us how to be kings and priests according to his righteousness.
See?
All right. And this article says a quality is he lives with integrity. It says the word integrity is related to the roots of words like integrate and entire. In Spanish, it is rendered integro, meaning whole. Integrity thus implies the state of being complete, undivided, intact, and unbroken. Integrity is really the bond that holds a man's other virtues together.
Man, that's cold. Hey, man, this Proverbs 11:3. The integrity of the upright shall guide them, but the perverseness of transgressors shall slay them.
Mm.
Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. The righteousness of the perfect shall direct his way, but the wicked shall fall by his own wickedness.
Mm.
The righteousness of the upright shall deliver them, but transgressors shall be taken in their own naughtiness. The integrity of the upright shall guide them. Period, man. That's beautiful, man.
Yeah, this last sentence says integrity is really the bond that holds a man's other virtues together. So Yahweh
Let's
Shema
go.
Shah and the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of
Let's
Yahweh
go.
Shema Shah holds all those other things together for us through the Spirit, man. All of those things fall right under that umbrella.
I got one more. This
Yep.
is Proverbs. This is Psalm 25 and 21. Let integrity and uprightness preserve me, for I will wait on thee. Redeem Israel, O power, out of all his troubles. Let integrity and uprightness preserve me, for I will wait on thee. How about Shema Shah? Hey, that's a cold article, man. Hey, because without integrity, hey, there is nothing, man. Everything will be destroyed, man. If you don't have integrity, that means you'll fall for everything, man. You'll fall for anything, man. But the Lord
Hey,
gave us in Deuteronomy chapter 4, the Lord gave us law, statutes, and commandments that we may conduct ourselves outside these heathen nations, man, to maneuver, to walk with wisdom, wise as serpents and humble as doves, man. There's a
and
great goal fix, man. There's
that's
two
what
lots.
that's what this society try to do too. Is it tries to destroy your integrity.
Right.
That's what they try to. That's how they
Right.
try to beat. The scriptures say the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor. How's the righteous more excellent?
Because
The integrity.
Right.
That's why
Right.
Jake knows certain things is wrong, but they compromise their integrity for
Right.
fiat currency. That's why the
Yep.
Lord said,
Yep.
"What does it profit a man if he have gained the whole world and lost your soul?" Because now you're no longer a king.
Right.
You don't have a standard no more. Now you're a jester. Everybody just put a quarter in your back and watch you dance. You got it out.
And eventually the whole world around you will crumble. Because if you're not built it upon something solid, eventually it's gonna crumble. You know, and you see that with a lot of the jakes in this world, they're not built upon nothing solid. They willing to change for whatever bag, for whatever philosophy, for whatever woman that come by, they're willing to change. Look, that look better, that sound better, I'm gonna go with that. And eventually we see where that leads them. Look at Bow Wow, look at Beyonce, look at this nigga Jay-Z, Diddy, all these people that are held and held in high regards in this life, their lives are crumbling. Why? Because they didn't establish themselves upon integrity, man. They didn't establish themselves upon a solid foundation. You know, and walking with integrity is walking with the same standard everywhere you go. What does it say in 2 Peter the 3rd chapter? That let our conversation, let me see.
And that's a beautiful precept the brother put up. I'm gonna read this 1 Kings 9 and 4 reads, and if thou wilt walk before me, as David thy father walked, in integrity of heart and in uprightness, to do according to all that I have commanded thee, and will keep my statutes and my judgments, then will I establish the throne of thy kingdom upon Israel forever, as I promised to David thy father, saying, there shall not fail thee a man upon the throne of Israel. Ooh, that's cold, brother. The water for that precept, brother. Cold.
So I continue in the article real quick. Again, it says he lives with integrity. All right, it says the word integrity is related to the roots of words like integrate and entire. In Spanish, it is rendered integro, meaning whole. Integrity thus implies the state of being complete, undivided, intact, and unbroken. What does it say in James? That we will be entire, wanting nothing. When you go into that word wanting, it means to lack. That we'll be complete and entire, wanting nothing. How is that possible? Through the integrity, through the spirit and power. How about Shemal Shai? You got it.
Hey, Salakia. Hey, didn't it just say, you just said it said complete, right?
Yep.
Back in Colossians 2 and 9, I just read it. For in him dwelleth all fullness of the Godhead bodily, and ye, who the hopeful elect, are complete in him, which is the head of all principality and power. Let's go. That's cold. In his light of Yashala, fire precept, Job 31:4. Do not he see my ways and count all my steps? Verse 5. If I have walked with vanity, or if my foot have hastened to deceit. Verse 6. Let me not be weighed in an even balance, that power may know my integrity. Beautiful. Amen. Without this, we are nothing, man.
Yep.
Cold.
Hey, this is man, and this article is cold because
Yes,
it
it
just
is.
point out everything that the Lord is instilling in us, man.
Yeah,
And
right.
it's like you don't see
Right.
it at that time because it's to you it just looked like a flat tire. To you it just looked like you just got to
Right.
work at the plantation. But really it's the Lord grooming you. You don't see the progress over the years that the Lord been working on us and refining us, but that's what the Lord is creating so that
Right.
we will be entire, wanting nothing, which means to lack nothing, that we will be complete. How will we be complete? In our integrity through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai.
Hey, you know what's cold? Like you can see it in another brother, but you can't see it in yourself.
Yeah.
And that's why the body is so important, man. Because another brother be like, "Hey, man, I see this, I see that," and you like, "I don't see it," but then you telling him, "Hey, I see you, you see this." Hey, it's like brothers tell each other, "Hey, I see you," but we look in the mirror, it's like it's the same old. Hey, when you first came in, man,
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, what's
it's
that?
cold. Hey, that's why the body is important, man.
Hey, what's that
Yeah.
precept where it says, if any man be esteemed, let another esteem him? Roughly paraphrasing that.
Is that a Corinthians?
Hey, because what's happening is iron is sharpening iron, man. You know, the
Right.
brothers are able to sharpen themselves, man, through other brothers. We able to point out each other's strengths and complement each other's weaknesses, man. You know, until we come into the fullness of the faith, the unity of the faith.
Hebrews 3. Then you got one in Romans 14.
Hebrews 3.
Let me get this one. Remember, I used to bring that Hebrews 3 out all the time. This is Romans. I'm gonna read this one first, and I get the other one. This is Romans 14:5. It reads, "One man esteemeth one day above another, another esteemeth every day alike." And they say, "Let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind." Right. So, but the whole elect esteeming every day the same, man. Right? We all looking for the prophecies. But that's why I say one man esteeming for one day. Matter of fact, let's read again. Salakia. Hey, cause it's important, man. This Romans 14:5. One man esteemeth one day above another. And this outside of great millstone. One man esteemeth one day above another. Another esteemeth every day alike. The hopefully elect are all looking for the prophecy, watching for the prophecies. The other camps not teaching about prophecies, Jacob's trouble. So they esteeming a whole nother day different. Because they trying to build here, right? So Hebrews 3 reads,
If I may say real quick,
you got
and
it.
that's the thing about wise counsel and sound counsel, it can't be emulated. You know, the true kingly counsel can't be copied. It's always has to come in its original form. You see Edom doing it right now. They try to emulate the councils of Egypt, the councils of Babylon, the councils of Greece and Rome. And it's coming to naught because those councils failed as well, man. You know,
Con,
but you can't real true counsel can't be emulated.
con. Oh no, that's Philippians 2. So this is Philippians chapter 2, verse 3. It reads, "Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowly of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves."
Con,
Yeah, man. Con.
that's the one.
Look, if verse 4 say, "Look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Hamashiach Yahweh." Cold, man. Yeah. Oh, verse 2. Gotta read verse 2. It say, "Fully ye may joy, that ye be like-minded, having the same love, being of one accord, of one mind. Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, But in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves. Let not every man on his own thing, look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Hamashiach Yahushua.
Right, because once you start to esteem yourself, that's the beginning of pride. You know,
Right. The knowledge puffeth up. Right.
yeah, you start to lift yourself up and you
Con,
start
con.
going off.
Yeah, man. That's cold. Beautiful, man. Oh, the brother put up. We got next Mac put up precept Philippians, Proverbs 7:2. It say it's like it now pop up. It say oh, that's ended like the Yashala put up Proverbs 7:2. It say, keep my commandments and live in my law as the apple of thine eye. Beautiful. Beautiful. And that's that integrity, man. Matter of fact, Proverbs 7:1, it say, my son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee. Keep my commandments and live in my law as the apple of thy eye.
Hey, what does it say? Matthew 4:4. A man shall not live by bread alone, but at every
But by
word.
every word that proceeds out of the mouth of Yahweh Shema Shai, right?
God.
Right. Oh, I got it. Since you said that, I gotta get this. This is Job 23:11. It reads, it says, I'm gonna read 10, but he knoweth the way that I take. When he have tried me, I shall come forth as gold. My foot.
Woo, I got one.
Yeah, Job 23:10. But he knoweth the way that I take. When he have tried me, I shall come forth as gold, Lord willing. My foot have held his steps. His way have I kept and not declined. Neither have I gone back from the commandment of his lips. I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food. That's that integrity, man. That's that order, man. Uprightness. It said, but he is in one mind, and who can turn him? And who is saying what his soul desire, even that he doeth. Hey, it's a man. Verse 13, Job 23:13. But he is in one mind, and who can turn him? And what his soul desireth, even that he doeth. Hey, when you go to Isaiah, Isaiah 26, read this. Because it say what his soul desire, right? It's Isaiah 26 and verse 7. It reads, the way of the just is uprightness, thou most upright. Doest way the path of the just. Yea, in all the way of thy judgments, O Yahweh, we have waited for thee. The desire of our soul is to thy name and to remembrance of thee. With my soul have I desired thee in the night, yet with my spirit within me will I seek thee early. For when thy judgments are in the earth, the inhabitants of the world will learn righteousness. So as it said in Job 23:13, hey, Yahweh Shema Shai soul desire whatever they want, man, and they do it. Let's read it again. Job 23:13. But he is in one mind, and who can turn him? And what his soul desire, even that he doeth, man. Because a man's goings is of Yahweh Shema Shai. Hey, and if you can't get it, you can't get it. Because I'm finna go in on this demon nigga that came on my come up board tonight on the lesson I did earlier about Canesius the Israelite. I'm finna go in on this nigga, Lord willing, in the morning, man. I was finna do it tonight, but I forgot we was going live. I'm finna go in on this nigga. He wanna be famous. I'm finna make this nigga famous. Lord willing, in the morning, man. Talking this trash. Just did a lesson. This nigga talking about Cornelius was a heathen, was a Gentile. It just said in Isaiah 26. Man, let me read this again, man. Isaiah 26. The Lord ain't finna send Peter to no heathen, man. It say Isaiah 26. The way of the just is uprightness, though most high, do his way the path for the just. In Acts 10:22, it said Cornelius was just. in Acts 10 and 7, it said he was a devout man. How you gonna be devout and just, and he a fucking heathen, man? Lord willing, the Lord put the spirit in me to wake up in the morning. I'm finna blast this nigga, man.
Because the only men that were known to be devout in the scriptures were spoken about to be Israelites. You read that in the book of Acts, the 2nd chapter. All right, devout
Period.
every nation.
Period,
Israelites
man.
are the only ones known to be devout. Because what do the other nations have to be devout to? What God do they
Nothing.
have to be devout to? They have no gods, man.
Yeah, bro. That's gonna be my breakfast early this morning, Lord willing, man. I'm finna make this nigga famous, man. I went on his channel, right? I was going to the plantation, looked at my channel. This man been on YouTube 10 years. He don't got no video, no nothing, but telling me I'm going off. Man, I'm finna eat this nigga up for breakfast in the morning, man. Lord willing, man. 10 years he been on YouTube with nothing on his channel, man. Demon ass nigga, man.
Yeah, that goes in
But
there.
anyway, that's like it.
Yeah, Khan. So let me just finish off this part of the article. It says the king has not only integrated all the other archetypes, but seeks this wholeness in other areas of his life as well. He mends broken relationships, keeps his word, acts with honesty, and takes responsibility for his actions. He is who he says he is. He doesn't have one set of principles for Sundays and one for the rest of the week.
Hey, all we got is our word and our balls, man. Straight up. Hey, our testimony. Go back to what? Testicles, man. All we got is this word, man. And we're gonna stand bold as a lion, as Paul said in Ephesians 6, was that verse 19, and speak boldly as we ought to speak, man. But when you look at that word bold in Ephesians 6, it tell you to be frank, man. Straight to the point, no skinny, man. I mean the straight skinny, man. No chaser, man. This is a cold precept. And it's like the Yashar pull out Psalms 119 and 140. Thy word is very pure, therefore thy servant loveth it, man. Hey, purified in the furnace 7 times.
Yeah.
Come on, man. That's beautiful, man. Yeah.
Khan. Any closing precepts?
I was just thinking about that, man. Since Dummy Watts put that up, let me read this. This is Psalms chapter 12, if I ain't mistaken. Psalms 12 and 6. The words of the Lord Yahweh, Bashim Havashah, pure words, as silver tried in the furnace of earth, purified 7 times. Mean completion, man. That was it.
I got one to back that up real quick. This is Psalms 31 and verse 7. It reads, I will be glad and rejoice in thy mercy, for thou hast considered my trouble. Thou hast known my soul in adversities. Man.
Cool. Beautiful.
All right, Khan. So with that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Wakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who are the elders of Yasha Allah, and the sincere salutation to all you Akim, who are preaching this word and believing this word, and to the Akwath, who are believing this word in all truth and in sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. The water for tuning in. May you help out Shemal Shakati and bless in your houses. Stay prayed up. The water for your precepts. Till next time. Shalom. Wa Abar Babar.